She's alive! She's alive! She's been resuscitated. I think she's back to okay, other than channels 1 through 4 are still dead, but that's going to be a crystal issue. So that'll be the next thing to dig into. TX seems to be okay. Of course, I'll wait till another day and you know, get with my friend Wolfie and air test this old guy. I think it's turning into peace, love, and joy again. I still need to clean her up. Boy, it's grungy. It's grungy, but she's working.
941 better be watching out now. 941 better be watching out. I hear 941 coming 8. 941 coming through my back door on that beam.
Look at that beautiful receive. You don't get that on too many transistor radios. Don't get me wrong, I got a lot of transistor radios I love, but the receive of these 88s and 98 Cobra CAMs is just phenomenal sounding, if they're working right. That's a Super Bowl, and it is 10:30 at night. Got all the capacitors in, no sparks, no fireworks. I even picked up some on TX, which actually don't surprise me. I'll turn the volume down on the... I've got the Lincoln on to kind of show you a modulation test on it, but... Audio, notice the modulation lights are working. Audio, test. 1, 2, 3, audio. She's getting up to like 15 watts peak now. And, ooh, she's squealing. Too much volume. Sorry about that, folks. Audio test 1, 2, 3. Audio, hello. Sounds pretty decent. You hear a little bit of hum.
Tell me what's happening up there in St. Louis, big.
Audio test 1, 2, 3. Audio. Yeah, I cannot get that volume down enough to where it's not squalling. Audio test 1, 2, 3. Audio. I think that pretty much shows it. You hear a little hum. That's just because they're so close. The little non-powered D104 with the flip switch added is what I'm using on it. That I'd use on all of my old Cobra CAM tube types. Anyway, she's working, and transmitter's above average on it now. I haven't even tuned the transmitter. It's whatever it was before I replaced all the filters in it. So I think all that's left to do is find my crystal problems on 1 through 4. Because see how she went dead? She's still dead there. But I got receive everywhere else, and she's on frequency. TX and receive everywhere. Actually, when I first got it and fired it up, it was working on TX and receive on 1 through 4, but she laid down, or Crystal did. Okay, that's all for now. I'll probably do a separate video of this radio after I get it all cleaned up and get the crystal replaced and get it nice looking again. I'll probably do a separate short video of it. Anyway, 73s for now, folks. I'm glad it's working again. Hello, folks. I'm back again with another update on the Cam 98. I want to fall in love with this radio. I mean, I want to be in love with this old girl. But I'm beginning to wonder if this radio is going to love me back. Because it ain't been showing me much love after those first, blissful 10 minutes of when it operated with no problems, and since then it's kind of been downhill. I talked to some of my friends and locals, last night, and this radio has still got problems. It's still got, it's got distortion in the audio sometimes, and an AC hum, or what sounds like an AC hum. Now, people in the distance don't seem to really hear the hum much. They hear more, crackly audio distortion. Well, after I got to playing around, you know, when that Dynaboost, the mic preamp compressor switch was on, it was when that was on, it was intermittent. Sometimes it would do it, sometimes it wouldn't. It was probably about 62% of the time it would do it, 40% of the time, you know, I'd go in TX mode and the audio was beautiful. Okay, well, later on, I turned it off. Even though I didn't have a powered microphone, you know, wired up for this, and it was low on audio, you know, wasn't punchy at all. I got much better reports, you know, it was always good, clear audio, you know, not real loud, audio was way down, but it was always good and clear, you know, it didn't give me any problems. There was a couple times I transmitted, I didn't have audio, but I think that's that switch in that microphone, because that switch has been going bad for a while. And I just haven't found the right low profile, you know, switch to replace, you know, to swap it out. I keep a shooting cleaner in it and limping it along. But other than that, my audio was always clear. But with the Dynaboost on, it was hit and miss. Well, I remembered, this is the output modulator. It's a 12AQ5 right here. I know it's kind of, here's the front of the radio. That's the meter side. So it's over the side in front of our, you know, in front of our transformer. That's the output modulator tube. I kind of remember there being a disc capacitor clipped in this thing. Well, I got the looking in the service manual. By the way, there is no SAM service manual on the 98, but there is, of course, on the 88, and that's the one I'm using. And they're, you know, just basically identical radios internally. And this is the original capacitor. This is a non-polarized disc capacitor. It is a 0.003 by 1 kilovolt. Okay, and you can tell, I think you can see that, it's been arced over here at one time or another. It's been clipped out of circuit, and in its place, somebody years ago put a 0.01. Well, that's a big change in capacitance from a 0.003 to just a 0.01. You know, that's a big jump. So I'm going to take this one out. I'm going to take this through. This one tests good. I dug my little Mercer digital capacitor tester, which these are made by Simpson. Mercer's a division of the Simpson company. And this arced one does test good. It tests like 2.1 or well, 0.0021, I guess is the way I should phrase that. But this is a plus or minus 20% tolerance. You probably can't see that, but there in the middle, there's 20%, and that's what that means. That's its tolerance level. You know, most components have a tolerance, you know, plus or minus a certain percentage. And most of these disc capacitors you can see in here are 20%. So they're not extremely precision devices. You know, you've got some leeway, you know, above and below, you know, whatever the rated value. The one they put in here is a 20% as well. Well, I've got a bunch of new old stock, you know, these disc capacitors, and surely I'll have, it needs to be a 1 kilovolt. I don't know if you can see that there at the bottom. The one they use is a 1 kilovolt, but it's just the wrong value. It's way higher. So I'm going to see if I can find me a good 0.003 1 kilovolt. And I'm gonna try that. I don't know when I'll get to air test it again. It may be some days, a week, or whatever. So I'm gonna give that a shot and see what happens. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to start tracing down from that Dynaboost switch, you know, back. This is the output modulator. My mic preamp. Let's see, my mic preamp, which is the 12AX7 in this radio. It's up here. I might have to do a little investigating there, but you know, right now, I'm you know, this is where I'm leaning towards. I see a diode up here. I don't know what that's hooked to. Looks like it's coming off squelch control. I'll check it, make sure it's not gone open or anything. You know, I'll check for a few obvious things in here while I'm at it. But I think this is going to be it. I hope it's it. I hope. I want to get this radio, you know, all the bugs lined out, and I've still got a crystal down, you know, that's made me lose channels 1 through 4, and I haven't done anything with it, and I'm not feeling all that great today. So this is, I may not even get this done today, but I'm going to try.